Welcome back everyone. Well, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the PlayStation 4 controller and see how it holds up in 2021. This is going to be a pretty small review. I think pretty much everyone has already known this. I've reviewed the actual console of this controller, and what I can tell you is that when this controller first came out, I was kind of weirded out by it. You know, I thought the PlayStation 3 controller was really good. I'm one of the few who thinks Sony controllers sometimes are better than Xbox controllers, but I do like Xbox One and Series X and S controllers as well. Although I do think the PlayStation 5 controller is the best one right now. Now with the PlayStation 4 controller, there's still a lot of use to it. You can connect it to not only the PlayStation 4s, but you can also connect it to iPhones, Androids, iPads, all these PCs, Macs. You know, there's a lot of different capability you have still with the PlayStation 4 controller that even if you don't have the console itself, the controller can still have a lot of capability. Now on the front, you have the touchpad, which is right in the center that also doubles as the button. You have the share button, you have the options buttons on the top, you have the left, right, up, down buttons on the left as well. Then you have the triangle XO square button on the right side, the PlayStation button in the middle, and then the two joysticks right in the, center of it, right in the middle when you look at them. Now up top you have the triggers, which I'm sure everyone knows, the left and right triggers. Now here's the thing with the PlayStation 4 controller that's very similar to pretty much every single other controller that's been out, and the main issue with it is the, joystick drift. Now this is not only for PlayStations, this is for every single controller right now, including the PlayStation 5 controllers as far as we know, as well as the Nintendo Joy-Cons and the Microsoft side of things as well. So it's all over the place. There's really nothing you can do about it, but what I will tell you is that with this controller, it really isn't that bad. I haven't had any joystick drifts on any of my personal ones, although I know it exists. And here's the thing with this specific controller. For some reason, it's still being sold quite expensively in the brand new market. You can get them pretty cheap in the used market. I will say one of the only downsides of this controller is that it does use the older micro USB port on the back. So if you're somebody who wants to, kind of up the ante and, have USB-C, you are going to have to pick up like a PlayStation 5 controller or the Xbox Series X or S controller. But this controller is still pretty good overall. It still feels pretty good in the hand. It doesn't really feel cheap, so that's another thing to keep in mind. And I do actually like the colors of this controller as well. You can change up these colors a little bit, within the settings, and I think it's a pretty cool thing. There may be some PC software that can go ahead and change it for you too. I will say one of the biggest, letdowns, but something that really doesn't even matter that much is that touchpad in the center. A few games kind of utilized it. It kind of came with the PlayStation Vita, but not a lot of people and not a lot of apps kind of took advantage of it. So that's kind of like a sad thing nowadays, but I do like the color sensors around it. That was something I really did like at that time. And overall, I think this controller still holds up fairly well. If you want to pick it up and you want to not only use it for a PlayStation 4, but you want to use it for other games and other consoles or other devices, including your iPhones, Androids, iPads, tablets, whatever the case is, you name it, this controller probably supports it, then this is a pretty decent controller. But again, if you're trying to get like the best bang for your buck, there may be some other options out there. So that's pretty much how the PlayStation 4 controller holds up in 2021. I think it's still completely worth it. And like I mentioned, whether you have a PlayStation 4 or not, you probably do have a device that can utilize this specific controller. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.